Hi guys, welcome to this very first video on this other channel. I'll leave links to the other channel down in the description. So for this first video, I wanted to talk about loan applications. I'm just going to be picking random topics and just going into them. So loan applications such as Tala, Branch, Saida, Haraka, etc. So there are these types that are P2P loans, for example, Zidisha, Kiva, etc. I'm not going to go into them. I'm just going to go into the apps that you can download it from the Play Store, go through a verification process and get a loan instantly. Yeah, so of those, the four that I have used and the four that are sort of most popular are Tala, Saida, Branch, and Haraka. If there's any of those that I've mentioned or if there's any other that I haven't mentioned, please tell me down in the description. So very quickly, my favorite is Tala. I've used Tala loads of times when I need to buy new equipment or when I need stuff for my business and I'm sort of short on cash, I go to Tala. Very simple, download the app, install it. It's going to verify your existence, so probably going to send you a message. And then you're of course going to have to register with M-Pesa because the Tala sends you the money through your M-Pesa account. Their loans mostly start from 1,000 shillings. And among the conditions is that you have to not be listed by any credit reference bureau. So when you give them your ID, of course, they're going to do an automatic check to make sure that no credit reference bureau has referenced you. So that is Tala. Their limits grow by 1,000. So when you take 1,000 shillings, repay it on time, next time they'll give you 2,000. Take 2,000, repay it on time, next time they give you 3,000. Loan terms for Tala are always 1 month and they will give you loans up to 50,000 Kenyan shillings. So take a note, if you borrow 50,000 Kenyan shillings, you still have to pay it back in 1 month. Yeah, so another thing to note is that if you don't pay it back on time, they're going to apply a rollover fee. So let's just say your interest is going to be a bit higher. And then they're going to give you an extra 1 month, after which if you've not paid your loan on time, then it's going to be a big problem. But that's the first one, Tala. So now we move to the second one, Saida. So Saida is a lot like Tala, but the difference is that Tala has a very good user interface as compared to Saida. I installed Saida just for the purposes of this video. I got actually they didn't qualify me. They told me that I have to find someone who uses Saida to guarantee my first loan. Yeah, so what happened is I found someone, they guaranteed it, then they gave me 400 shillings, I paid that, and then after that now they offered me 1,000 shillings, which I didn't take because I didn't really need it. Yeah, so Saida's interface is very plain and simple. You don't have to explain why you need a loan. They just tell you, hi, today you can borrow X amount, and you just click borrow, that's it. With Tala, on the other hand, you have to explain, okay, I want this amount, and this is what I'm going to do with it, and then you have to explain what you did with your last loan. I think that doesn't really have any effect on how much they're going to offer you. That just has that is just for statistics purposes, so that they can know a majority of our borrowers borrow money to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah. So Saida's interface is pretty basic. They will give you money from around 1,000 shillings, but if you have credit issues, etc., or your M-Pesa history is not as rich, they can ask that you find someone using Saida to guarantee you and for their first loan. And then, so of course, if you fail to pay the loan, the person who's guaranteeing you will be forced to pay the loan for you. So Saida loans have repayment periods of a month. As far as I know, it's 1 month. And then you can borrow as much as I think around 20,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah. So then the beauty of Tala and Saida is that they are almost instant. You click borrow, they approve you instantly, and the money flows into your M-Pesa instantly. The other thing about Saida that makes it a bit better than Tala is that you have the option of borrowing money to pay your bills. What I mean is, with Tala, you borrow money, it comes to your M-Pesa, then from M-Pesa, you start dishing out money to pay bills. With Saida, on the other hand, you will borrow the money, but then from the app itself, it goes straight to the bill that you're paying. So you don't have to incur costs of M-Pesa and transferring and doing all those things. Another one that I have tried recently, again for the purposes of this video, is Branch. Branch qualify you through Facebook. So for you to to get qualified, you have to have a Facebook account and you have to be active in your usage of Facebook. So they're going to sort of look at your posts, try and confirm that you're an actual human being, I guess. And in addition to that, they're going to also need your M-Pesa line and your national ID. As usual, all these apps have to cross-reference you with a credit reference bureau to make sure that you're not listed before they give you any money. Yes, so branch loans start from 1,000 shillings. I'm not sure they go high up to how much, but I know I got 1,000 shillings, paid it back. Then the next that I got offered was 4,000 shillings. So I'm not really sure how they calculate how to qualify someone for the next loan. So you can guess that compared to Saida and Tala, Branch was sort of more quick to offer me more money compared to the other two. So again, I'm not sure. Probably they have algorithms that calculate how someone pays or the frequency of their M-Pesa transactions, so they can see the volumes of money that are coming into your account, so they can know how much money to offer you. But that's something to know about Branch. And their repayment periods are 1 month. So you can choose to either pay the whole loan amount at the end of the month with one single sum, or you can choose to split the loan amount over 4 equal payments. So if you're supposed to pay 1,200, you split it to 4 equal payments of 300 shillings. 3 times 4, 12. Yes, I still remember my math. Yeah. Okay, good. Another thing that I forgot to mention about Tala is that they also have the same option of splitting the 1 month payment into every week. So you have to pay something every single week. So yeah, that is as far as Branch goes. Key thing to note is Branch qualifies you through Facebook. You repay your loan in 4 weeks, and they will start you off at around 1,000 shillings, but you have to be active on Facebook for you to be able to qualify for a loan. Saida relies solely on your M-Pesa transaction history. So if it's not as rich, they will ask you to go to this app by Safaricom M-Ledger. It's an app that allows you to back up your M-Pesa transaction messages, which I advise all of you to install because it could come handy in future. So then you download, you'll export your M-Pesa messages as a CSV file from M-Ledger to the Saida app, and then they'd use that to qualify you. Tala, as far as I know, they only use they only use the fact that you're not listed in a CRB to qualify you for your first loan. So we have 1, 2, 3. The last app that I want to talk about today is called Haraka by GetBucks International. This app, I found it flimsy. It sort of hung. Sometimes you repay your loan, it doesn't reflect. I feel the app needs more work because money issues are kind of sensitive. You have to make sure your app is working perfectly. Because sometimes I've paid back a loan, but it tells me you've not paid back. It has ABCD, yeah. So this guy started me off, I think, at around 500 shillings, then 750, then 1,500. So probably even then they have their own way of qualifying people for loans. Again, with Haraka, same as Saida and Branch, you don't have to explain what you're doing with the money. You just log into the app and they tell you, hi, today you can borrow 1,500 Kenyan shillings, and you just click tap and then you have it. Yeah, so those are the 4 apps that I wanted to talk about today. Haraka, you pay back your loan in 1 month, same as the rest. Yeah, so these apps, there's of course the obvious M-Shwari and KCB M-Pesa, which are pretty obvious. I'm not gonna discuss them in this video. So of these apps, I have to say that my best for now has been Tala, just because I've used Tala for the longest time. I've used these other 3 less than a week, just for the purposes of coming up with content for this video and having the experience. So I'm yet to tell, but I can tell that I don't like Haraka that much. Branch and Saida, I also like them equally. Branch have the best user interface. Tala have the best customer care. Saida can be nice in the sense that you can pay your bills with it. And another very, very good thing about Saida is you can take a loan and have the money go straight to your bank account. So that's, or to a card. So that's something to note. All right. So disclaimer: if you're going to take a loan, please do something important with it. Don't take loans because you hear that people are taking loans, or take loans and go and blow all that money away. Remember, you're paying that loan with interest. So you have to make sure that you take that money, use it, multiply it, pay it back with interest, and be left with something of your own or some sort of value. Make sure you're taking that loan to add value, not to just consume. And you don't take a loan to go and buy ice cream. Take a loan to go and buy something that you're going to sell later and make a profit. That makes perfect sense. That said, which of these 4 apps have you guys used, and which other app have you used that is not on this list that you'd like me to know about? And so I can either take a look at it next time, or just so that maybe other guys can try it out. I look forward to having this conversation with you guys down in the comment section. If you're new like I am, please subscribe, and then let's grow together. Yeah, thank you for watching this. Catch you in the next one.